and Virginia Tech battling it out for third place at 165.
Yeah, for all the talk about all those that were supposed to happen on the top side, Ty, you're right. We're going to get a handful of those here in the consolation bracket that more than just the NCAA tournament bid that's on the line may very well have a part in deciding who comes away as the ACC champion team-wise when all is said and done.
Absolutely.
Between those two teams that are your most recent champions and have been the powers in this league across the last several years. We talked about the championships and how North Carolina has 17, Virginia with 5, Virginia Tech with the 4. Think about this about Virginia Tech's championships. I don't have to tell you, all of them since 2013. So this, an emerging power and NC State going for 4 in a row speaks for itself. Those two as advertised so far today.
Yeah, and it's that's what happens kind of when you get a good batch of guys in. And here's one of their keynote guys here, Hayden Hidlay, taking on Justin Phillips from UVA, but him and his brother Trent, they're guys that have slated themselves as some of the best in the NCAA, and they've been on North Carolina State's team for those run for all those ACC championships, and they're leaders. They're guys that make everybody around them better, and that's how you build a championship team culture, having guys that get it done in the room, promote growth outside of the room, and it's huge.
You may be a bit surprised to see Hayden Heidley on this consolation side of the bracket. He came up short in that marquee rematch, the Hidlay-Lewis rematch, and it was wrought with emotion, Ty. At the end of that, there was a release of emotion like we saw in the prior meeting between those two when the shoe was on the other foot and Hidlay came out victorious.
Yeah, it was really beautiful to see as the continuation of the competition and the bad blood that the two schools have. Mekhi Lewis threw up the Raising the Roof celebration that both Heidley brothers busted out when they had competed at Reynolds Arena just a week or two ago in their victorious matches. So it was superb to see.
Heidlay was in pursuit of a record 5th straight ACC championship. Of course, the NCAA dreams can still be realized yet again, as 4 will qualify out of this weight class, including the winner of this. This is for a trip to NCAAs, where he still has much more work to be done. But Phillips of Virginia, thoughts of his own, though he trails 2-0 and finds himself with Heidlay trying to put together some ride time here.
Heidlay doing a good job with that high thigh. Kind of was able to break the plane of that hips. He's got that half in still. Kind of looks like a little bit more of an iffy position, but I think Heidlay was in control of that the entire time. Nice job collecting up some back points to end this first period.
In 5 years, there had been just one ACC loss for Heidlay, prior to what many of you witnessed a little bit earlier today. Only 9 losses total in 5 years for the NC State standout. He handled the 2-weight class jump that Ty discussed just a little bit earlier. So many things to discuss with Heidlay on the mat, and he is quickly building an advantage here, now having lifted it to 6-0.
Yeah, he's a guy that when people do talk about who are the best people that haven't won an NCAA title, I think it's nice that there still is a yet next to his name, of course, and I'm sure that he understands that. But he looks to be a 4-time All-American, and I'm sure that's less than what he's looking forward to doing in Detroit.
And the Lynchburg native opposite him, nearby Lynchburg, Virginia, out of Liberty Christian Academy, is Phillips, who finds himself in the 6-0 deficit now. Be wondering how he landed here. We certainly gave you a sense of that battle with Lewis and exactly how Heidlay landed in this spot. Phillips wrestling Matt Feinsilver of Duke, and that was an 11-0 decision for Feinsilver, as he was in business in that contest, putting Phillips in this battle with Heidlay.
Yeah, and Feinsilver actually used the same exact turn. He kind of had a high crotch to take him down in the second period, and then immediately put a leg in and a high thigh in, and then was able to break Phillips' hips over and get some back points. And that's similar to what you just saw Hayden do there at the end of the first. Now he, boom, drives through on a nice little re-attack there. Stayed a little bit lower than Phillips.
bring that up because Fine Silver on a fall, able to advance to take on the winner of this contest you're watching right now. So we may be in a Fine Silver Hidlay scenario if this trend continues. Hidlay in complete command here at the moment.
Yeah, and speaking to the depth of this 174-pound weight class too, Fine Silver lost an extremely close bout to Laud in the semifinals.
That was a 3-2 decision a little bit earlier. He's now set up against Lewis, who also, as we told you, picked up that 3-2 decision.
Hayden looking to get this half over, trying to look for the pin now for Phillips. Looks like he's going to secure it. That's some awesome wrestling. Nice little transition from that power half and then just running through, using that horsepower to get that half and the pin.
Yeah, still 30 seconds with which to work. Had built a commanding lead, was certainly trending Hidlay's direction, and you know, whatever frustration there was from the outcome earlier today, he has translated it into later success, and there is more to come from Hayden Hidlay in this ACC Championship Sunday.
Yeah, he's not the dude you want to run into on like the backside of a tournament because you know he's just coming off a loss and he's angry.